Okay, all right, now we're recording. So let's get into this. Okay, this is Karl F Rose recording from Bedford, Pennsylvania on Friday, August 30th, 2019. And this morning we're going to be talking about the final preseason game between the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns. And now the first thing I want to say is let's get rid of the ugly stuff first. Oh, I need to do this. There we go. Yeah, I don't think you could hear me in the beginning, but anyway, this is my game review from the Cleveland Browns against the Detroit Lions against the Cleveland Browns, and my thoughts on that. So in case you didn't hear the beginning, I had the volume set too low because of my intro music. Anyway, first of all, let's get rid of the ugly stuff. The backup quarterback, Savage, he's got to go. He's trash. I was falling asleep. It wasn't until Josh Johnson came in, and as we know, the Lions lost 20-16, but the score in these things really doesn't matter. Well, what matters is who's got to go and who stays. And I have to give Josh Johnson a ton of credit. He's playing like he has known the playbook since going back to April. And he's only been on the team a couple of weeks. So that is awesome. That's just amazing. So he should be the number 2. Savage needs to be cut. I don't know anything about this Ruiz guy. They're probably keeping him around probably for the practice squad. But the way I see it is Savage needs to go, Josh Johnson, and more on Josh Johnson. There was that one play that it faked me out. They were at the goal line, the scoring play, and both lines were bunched up together. And then the next thing you know, Josh Johnson just goes around the crowd and runs in for the touchdown. That was awesome. I don't know if that was planned. I don't know if that was a broken play. It looked like a broken play, but one thing about Josh Johnson, because the offensive line was so horribly, terribly bad, he has some legs, so he's able to get out of situation. Unlike Savage, he just looked like a dead duck out there. He was getting pounded. I mean, it's not all his fault, but he just didn't know what to do. At least Josh Johnson has the mindset to know what to do, how to gain yards, and that sort of thing. Tom Savage he's just not it. He's got to go. Crosby. As I said, Crosby was miserable. He's got to be cut. What the Lions need to do now is they need to be looking at film from all the other teams. And as far as the offensive line goes, the ones that were playing, I would say most of those. Benchwa needs to be on the practice squad. I still want him on the team, but yeah, it's apparent that he needs to learn some things, but I don't think the Lions should get rid of Benchwa, but he should be on the practice squad just in case of an emergency. He has a lot of learning to do. I still like him, but Crosby's got to go, and the rest of those crew. And there's the one guy, I think his last name starts with a K or something like that, a really long. He is just absolutely awful. Bad enough so I won't even be able to remember his name because I don't want to remember his name. Just atrocious. So the Lions need to be looking at a lot of backups for line, because if another lineman goes down, Stafford's going to get hurt. That's just the way it is. So the Lions need to be doing that, and they need to be they need to be really looking at other backup linemen. That's a serious issue. I don't think Josh Johnson is the greatest backup quarterback, but he's the best that they've got right now. And if something else comes along, somebody available, that would be awesome. But as far as the defense goes, their second string, the secondary played just lights out. I guess Tease Tabor wasn't out there, but Ford was amazing. He was great. I bet he's battling for a spot. And even I'm just going to call the guy Amari O. I can't pronounce his name. He even looked like he's still in a learning curve, but his performance was better. And Lee, they have to find room for Lee, even if it's on the practice squad. Lee was there. He was a one-man wrecking crew on the defensive line. So even if he was on the practice squad, that'd be fine with me. It's the SWAT. Too bad too bad that didn't turn into a fumble. But that SWAT near the end zone, that was great. So yeah, he's looking good. And Brandon Powell, he needs to be. His special team was just lights out. The 60-something yard return, that was great. So it looks like he's going to probably be the fifth or sixth wide receiver or something like that. But he's going to probably get a lot of special play time, special team play time, which would. I would like to see him as a returner over Ty Johnson, even though I know Ty Johnson's good, but I think Ty Johnson has other roles that would be more productive for the Lions. And not only that, I'm kind of nervous about having Ty Johnson on the return team just because of injury problems. Not that I want, that Powell getting hurt would be a thing. I mean, if Powell got hurt, that would be a big blow to the Lions. So, but I think he's better off on special teams. He's the final receiver, so he's going to have more of a role as a special teams player with and then throw in some offensive plays because they've got their tight ends and their other receivers. So Powell's in, and Fulgham. If Fulgham is amazing. When they picked him, I trashed him big time in the draft because the plays that I saw from him from his college days, I didn't see anything impressive, and I trashed the guy. But the last two times he's out there. He's been really good. And that one call where they did rule him out of bounds, that was a good call. His foot did. I saw that before. They thought that they was going to get offensive pass interference or something like that, but there was a defensive penalty. The Lions got a first down anyway, but no, that was an incomplete pass. So if you looked at it again, his left foot came in bounds, but his right. So he's going to have to learn because he was playing kind of like a college day. Because in college ball, all you need is 1 foot in bounds. He had his right foot, half of his right foot was on the line, but he'll learn that. He'll learn that. But when he catches it, he goes. So that's impressive. But that's the biggest takeaway. So that just really is. I am really impressed with Josh Johnson. He's not the greatest, but he's the best that the Lions have for a second backup. And all in all, the defense as a unit, and especially the secondary, I like the way the backup secondaries played. The backup corners and the backup safeties, they were just on, and the defensive line. And remember, these were all backups. The Browns couldn't run. Nobody has been able to run on the Lions. not against their first string, not against their second string. So that is a good sign. But their offensive line needs a lot of help, and their backup, because they cannot afford. If the Lions lose another starting lineman, basically their season is over, and then I'm going to have to start worrying about the health of Matthew Stafford. So we don't want that. We need more depth on the offensive line, because their depth on the offensive line is just it's not there. It's just not there. So, and all the other teams know that, and so let's just hope that Ragnow recovers quickly, as well as Jared Davis. I don't know the updates on that. I think some other channels have done that. So anyway, if you like these kind of videos, be sure to, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, as well as go to my homepage and you'll see Karl's Corner podcast. That I have that separate channel. That's where this airs, as well as the podcast channel itself. So go to Karl's Corner podcast channel, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification, because I'll be doing a lot of Lion stuff on this particular podcast. And with Saturday night, I'll probably be doing another podcast Sunday, because Michigan plays Saturday night. So go Lions, go Blue, and we will talk to you next time. Have a good day.